Hi, good morning, and welcome back to Create, Share, Inspire podcast. This is episode 724, and we're here live in Southwest Florida in my studio this morning. If you're joining me live, please say hello. And let me know if you're crafting this morning, or let me know if you have any questions for me. I have lots to share with you today. So I'm very excited to get started, but we will definitely wait a couple minutes for people to have the opportunity to pop over from pre-chat and notifications. Good morning, Lily. Good morning, Grace. Hi, Thea, Kieranjeet, Judy, Grace, Chris, Donna. Good morning. Happy Friday, everyone. Hi, Nadine and Jane and Joe. Jane's working on some vests and Christmas presents. That's fantastic. Hi, Julie and Kathy and Judy, Joyce, Thea, Lisa, Christine. Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. Got lots to share with you today. Hi, Kimberly and Lorraine, Cherie, Kathy. Good morning. Welcome back to Create, Share, Inspire podcast. This is episode 724. We are a fourth of the way through 700 a fourth of the way through to 800 from 700. Very exciting. Thank you, Julie. Yes, I have filled up most of the cubes, not all of them yet. As you see, there's still a few cubes that are not done. How do I always look beautiful in the morning? It's a routine for me, Chris. It's just a routine. I know it's not easy for everybody to put yourself together in the morning. However, for me, it is just something that I have made a routine. And so once you make anything a routine, it gets easier. And yeah, so it makes me happy to do my hair and makeup and get dressed every day, and I feel like it helps my mental state as well, but that's my choice. Whatever makes you comfortable and what is your choice is important for you, so no pressure there. Hi, Naomi. Good morning. Naomi, I feel like there was a question from you on a comment on YouTube this morning, and I haven't answered it yet, and I can't remember what it was now. Oh gosh, not enough time in the morning. I work really hard to get a lot of stuff done in the morning, and I always run out of time before the podcast. Hi, Joyce. Good morning. Hi, Melanie. Welcome back to the podcast, everybody. Don't know how many of you were here yesterday. Hi, Sherry. I don't know how many of you were here yesterday, but I did start talking about my new charity initiative yesterday. I went over in detail about the Be So Helpful bags, and I told you that this was only the first prong of the two-prong initiative for Project Kristin Care's new initiative, and I'm so excited to show you the new book. This is Be So Caring, my newest book. This is my 19th published book. It's available as a pre-order paperback, and it is available as a ebook right now. And what I'm even more excited to tell you about is that 100% of the proceeds of the book and 100% of the proceeds of the Be So Helpful bags are donated to Project Kristin Care's charity, so that I can use those funds to donate the Be So Helpful bags to women's shelters around the country. And on top of that, I'm selling the bags along, and the books obviously, so that you can take the bags and donate them to people in need around you. It doesn't have to be just women's shelters. It can be homeless people. It can be people down on their luck. It can be people that are in any kind of a challenging situation, but also there's nothing charity-ish about the items in the bag. The items in the bag are comforting for anyone. The whole point of it was to give someone a supportive hug when you're not around them. So this would be great to give anybody as a cheer me up gift, or it's just thoughtful items that are comforting. Use it for travel. Use it for a gift of any kind. And did I bring the bag with me? Shoot, the bag's somewhere else. Anyway, the bag that everything goes in, I can show you on the photo here. The bag that everything goes in is big enough that you can add more items to the bag too. So not only does it come with all the items that I went over yesterday, and we can go over that if we have time today, you can also see all the items on the listing. Good morning, Judy, and thank you for posting the links, because I do want to go over all the projects in the book this morning, so we may not have time for all of it, but if we do, I will. I'll just briefly go over inside the bag. It includes a 20-ounce water bottle, a small bottle of the Be So Clean soap, along with a washcloth and hand towel that are 100% bamboo, super soft and quick drying, a nail file, a tube of chapstick, and what am I forgetting? A pen, and a Create, Share, Inspire journal, all things that anybody in a challenging time could use for comfort. I don't know about you, but anytime I'm stressed out, writing my thoughts down on paper absolutely helps me to get my mind and my heart back in order. So I thought that was important to have in here. I thought soap and towels were a great idea so that anybody could get washed on the go. If you needed to have a quick bath in a public bathroom sink, you could do that out of this bag. And the soap is great for washing your clothes too. If you needed to wash your clothes in a public bathroom sink, you could. So this would be fantastic for anybody on the go. I also designed everything to be unisex. It's not just for women. You can gift this to a man or a woman. It's good for anybody that you want to give a supportive hug to, whether it's somebody you know or somebody you don't know. So great for charity or for gifts. And on top of that, the bag is large enough that you could add your own thoughtful items to it. People have suggested over the last couple of days, oh, I would add nail clippers in there. Go ahead, do it. That's great. Go ahead and add anything that you want to customize. The bag's big enough to hold so much more than what I've put in there. And my vision above and beyond that is that you could make projects from Be So Caring book or projects from any patterns or without a pattern and add a handmade hat or a handmade prayer shawl or a handmade baby hat, whatever. You could add handmade gifts to this and customize it even further and donate it anywhere you want to donate it. So the idea behind it is so much larger than what I'm doing it for because I wanted the ability. Oh, am I back? Okay, I think I'm back now. All right. I think I lost connection for a second. Not from my Wi-Fi right here. It was not an eBay thing, a YouTube thing. So now we can talk further about this. And if you have questions about the bag, please feel welcome to ask me. But without further ado, I would definitely like to get started on showing you the projects in the book. Now, it is a thinner book than I normally published, but I really wanted to represent simple projects that were good for giving to your friends or your family or for the people that we haven't yet met. So charity. So just to read the title, Be So Caring, a collection of thoughtful gifts for the friends we know and those we have yet to meet. So great for anybody. And the size range on every project is huge. So let's just start at the beginning, and I've got all the samples here so we can go over those too. All the projects in this book are done in Be So Baby yarn, which is my number 3 DK weight, 100% milk fiber yarn, and it is $3.99 a ball, or you can get a 10-ball discount for buying a 10-ball bag, and all that information is on my website. Okay, so the first pattern that I want to show you, or the first set of patterns I want to show you. Now there's charts for everything in here as well. There's also in the front matter, there's information on all sorts of tips and tricks for washing, blocking, what else? Washing, blocking, gauge. There's a whole lot of information on gauge in here, how to read charts, how to read patterns, so all sorts of beginner introductory information in the front of the book. And if you're familiar with my books, you know I always do some sort of introduction just in case someone is brand new to crochet. Oh, that's the other question I've been reading. Is this all knit, all crochet, or mix? This first volume is all crochet. I do plan on making a knit version as well. So the first set of patterns is called the Dora, and this includes a preemie hat and a sweet little baby blanket. And these are done in colorway birthday cake in Be So Baby yarn. So here's the little preemie hat. How cute is this? So it has a flower for the crown and then a simple stitch pattern that is pulled from the stitch pattern of the motif for the crown so that it all coordinates well. And the blanket completely matches. How sweet is this blanket? Now, if you wanted to make this for a regular size newborn, you could go up in your hook size to get the right size, but the pattern is written for preemie. And here is the blanket. The blanket has a similar floral motif in the center. Then the stitch pattern for the body of the blanket is pulled from the motif so that they coordinate. And then we have a flower border. How cute are the flower motif border on there? Like, oh my gosh, is that not the cutest? I love, love, love this blanket and the coordinating hat. Yes, it looks like candy. I agree. Oh my gosh, so cutie, so cutie. Anyway, so one of my best friend's daughter is having a girl in a few months, and I have a feeling she's going to get that blanket, and depending on how big the baby is when she's born, I will either be using this hat or gifting this hat or making a little larger hat for her. So we'll figure that out when we find out when she's born. Okay, the next set of patterns is the Stevie kimono wrap sweater and drawstring pants. So as far as gifting clothing for babies, I've read a lot over the years and heard from a lot of people over the years that a kimono style wrap sweater is really good for a newborn, because just in case the baby has any wires on them, it's very easy for the doctors and nurses to still get in to check on the baby even though you've put something handmade on the baby. So I thought that a kimono wrap sweater was a good idea for that, and just an easy, I mean, I don't know if you remember being a new mom, but as a new mom, something going over the head was not the easiest thing in the world to do either. So great, thoughtful gift for a new mom to not have to put the sweater over the head. So we've got the kimono wrap sweater and the matching drawstring pants. These are done in color Be So Baby yarn in colorway Siesta, Seaside Siesta, and Periwinkle. And this comes in a bunch of sizes. So let me just read the sizes really quickly. It comes in sizes for newborn, 3 months, 6 months, 1 to 2 years, 2 to 4 years, 4 to 6 years, 6 to 8 years, and 8 to 10 years. So what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 size ranges. Oh my gosh. So you could use this pattern a gazillion times to make presents for a gazillion different people, whether it's for charity or for people in your family. And you could do it in 2 colors like I did, or you could totally do this all in 1 color too. So let me show you the pants. These are, I'm showing you size newborn. Here are the pants, the beautiful little textured stitch pattern, and then the sweater. The kimono wrap sweater has two different stitch patterns. The stitch pattern in the front here is the one that matches the pants. And then the second stitch pattern is for the sleeves and the back. But like I said, you could do this all in 1 color, and if you're familiar with my patterns, you know I showed you the yardage for either doing it in 2 colors or 1, just in case you want to change it up. What if you wanted to make 5 sets of this for a new baby? You could make all in 1 color in a variety of colors, and a mix and match of 2 different colors in a variety of colors. And then they could all be mix and match to wear together or separate. So you know how quick it is to make baby stuff. But again, this goes in a huge size range, up to 8 to 10 years also, so you could make a totally cute outfit for a little kid also. So that's the Stevie project, the Stevie patterns. And if you're familiar with my patterns, you know there are charts and schematics for everything. And the schematics may help you to figure out what size to make for any given child. So in children's patterns, they're always sized by age group. And we all know not everybody's the same size. So you will want to pay attention to, you know, what size you really need for somebody. And what's great about making clothes instead of buying them, if somebody has longer legs, make the pants longer. If somebody has longer or shorter arms, make the sleeves longer or shorter. It's very easy to customize. Okay, the next pattern is the Charlie hoodie. Oh my gosh, this is a pullover, super, super simple pullover with a hood on it. And like the other patterns, this comes in a ton of sizes, so it could be gifted to anybody of many ages. So it goes from newborn through 6 months, 12 months, 2 to 4 years, 4 to 6 years, 6 to 8 years, and 8 to 10 years. So is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sizes. Great, right? I know I have had requests to make this in an adult size too, and I will probably do that at some point. But in the meantime, there are 7 sizes to this absolutely gorgeous pullover hoodie sweater. And I know it would be cute in our sizes too, but for now, it's everything from newborn through 8 to 10 years. Super easy. It's all done in double crochet. It's definitely a Zen project and instant gratification because it's so quick. How cute is that? Like, oh my gosh. This was so fun. Anyway, so the reason why the patterns are not modeled on baby models this time is because the preemie, I couldn't get a baby doll small enough to do the preemie one, and so I wanted to keep everything consistent. So all of the patterns are shown with a clear white background. And as crafters, I feel like sometimes we don't need to see things styled so much as we need to see the details. Oh, Lily, that's a fun idea to match with your son when you're making projects. Absolutely. Yes, you could keep the plastic Ziploc to hold the wet towel and washcloth, going back to the Be So Helpful bag, but you can also air dry them. They are 100% bamboo, very thin, but very soft, and would dry very, very quickly as well, which is great for when you're on the go. Okay, the next pattern in the collection is the Riley vertical striped cowl, and this one is done, I did it with chain plying, hold it for 3 strands, but you could also just hold 3 balls of Be So Baby yarn together, and that's so that I could get a really nice chunky texture. I did this on a 10mm crochet hook. I wish you could see how scrunchy this is. It is so soft and cozy. Can you see how chunky and cozy and scrunchy and squishy this is? Oh my gosh, talk about a hug. Oh, and it would be so warm. Anyway, so on a 10mm hook, how fast is this gonna go? Super fast, right? And it's a really fun technique of working only 1 color per row, but magically creating vertical stripes. It is such a cool project. This one is in, oh, I forgot to mention the color of the Charlie hooded pullover. The Charlie hooded pullover is in Be So Baby yarn in color turquoise. And the Riley cowl, this was such a fast project. Great if you need to make a whole bunch. What if you wanted to make a bunch for charity or a bunch of different colors for different people for holidays? So fast. This is in colors eggplant and violet, 10mm hook, 3 balls of each color because we're holding 3 strands together. So fast and so gorgeous. Oh, talk about a hug. I love, love, love this one. All right, I want to save, the next one up is the shawl, but I'm going to save that one for last. And we'll talk about the hat next instead. So I wanted to make sure that we represented projects for everybody in this book. And in order to represent projects for everybody, I needed to start with preemie, work through baby and kids, include women, and also include men. So men can be tricky sometimes. You don't want to get too fussy in the stitch pattern sometimes. I feel like, yes, there are styles and aesthetics for all sorts of men like there are for all sorts of women and kids, but I feel like in general, men are particular about things not being too fussy. So I didn't want to just do a hat in single crochet or double crochet. I wanted it to have some elements of excitement for us as crafters, but also try to be sophisticated and a simple design for most people to enjoy as well. So I made the tailor hat, and I am so happy with the way this turned out. So it's actually 2 stitch patterns. There's 1 stitch pattern for the increasing crown, and you can see it almost turns out like a starburst pattern, and this is in front post double crochet, and then the body of the hat continues on in a stitch pattern that includes front post double crochet, but it also includes an offset stitch pattern in front post double crochet with regular double crochet. It's regular double crochet, not single crochet, right? Yeah, with regular double crochet. So yes, Marlon approves the hat, which is, he's always my barometer for men, and he happens to be extremely picky about handmade stuff that mom makes. So he's my barometer for keeping a high standard, right? And anytime you have someone that's super picky, I figure if you can please the super picky one, you can probably please the rest too. So he loves the hat. Now this is sized for a man, but I wanted to show you that a man size hat also makes a really fun slouchy hat for a woman, which also is great if you don't want your hair to get messed up. So you can see it still looks cute on me too. I would totally wear this hat, but even better than all that, it comes in 1, 2, 3, 5 sizes. We've got newborn, toddler, child, women, and men. You could make this to do a holiday or a family photo and do one for everybody in your family. Same color, different colors, contrast colors, coordinating colors. As you recall, Be So Baby yarn comes in lots of colors within the same color family too. So if you wanted to pick any one of those columns of color, you could do one in every different color for different people in that family. Or if you wanted to do this for charity, it's a quick project so it doesn't take that long to make. Or if you want to make them for yourself or for gifts for teachers or gifts for anybody, who can't wear a hat? Everybody can wear a hat. And so based on the pattern, you can make it to fit anybody from a newborn through a large man. We've got everything covered in this pattern. So this is great for anybody. And it's such a cool stitch pattern that's still sophisticated and stylish, but interesting enough to keep you entertained while you're making it too. You're not going to fall asleep doing single crochet for the whole thing. So I feel like this is a winner for everybody, for the crafter who makes it and for the gift recipient who gets to wear it. All right, and as you are familiar with, there are charts for everything in this pattern, just like in all of my patterns. You can see there's lots of detailed charts for everything. And now, are we ready for the last pattern? It's the one that's on the cover. First of all, how cute is the cover? I am so excited. I love it when I can do a close-up photo of the stitches for a cover, and especially when I can get I like it when the cover wraps, the photo wraps from front to back. As you're familiar with, a lot of my books, I have designed the cover so that the photo wraps from front to back. Anyway, so I wanted to create a shawl. I know a lot of people have asked me about prayer shawls over the years, and I've always said any shawl can be a prayer shawl, right? As long as your intention is to put love and good thoughts into every stitch as you're making something, you're making a prayer shawl. Whether it's for a gift, for charity, for yourself, for anybody. In fact, that applies to any project. However, I thought if I'm going to make a shawl for this book, I needed it to be something that completely embodied the idea of a hug. And I thought, what kind of a shawl truly embodies being wrapped in a hug? And I thought, a big old, not old, you know that expression, a big old. Anyway, a big rectangular wrap, so 30 inches wide, 72 inches long, plenty big enough to wrap yourself up and be cozy. It's big enough to drape over your couch or the front of your bed as well if you wanted to use it as a throw. But also, you could pin it or button it and create a poncho out of it too. So the stitch pattern is super simple. It's a simple chevron stitch pattern with double treble crochet and single crochet. But the thing that I love the most is the bobble edging that I created. Look at these little things. They look like little pom-poms. Aren't they adorable? So the edging is in cluster stitches to make them look like little pom-poms, and it's around all 4 sides of the wrap, so the whole thing matches. Look at this size. Like, yes, you could put this over the front of a bed. You could use it as a lapgan. You could use it as a small afghan. You could wear it as a shawl. You could wear it as a poncho. Like, you could wear it as a very voluminous scarf too, but look at that size. Like, what says hug more than that, right? Look at that size. It's just perfect. So do I have a pin with me this morning? A pin? I need a shawl pin or I need a clip, and I may not have either here, but maybe I can still show you that if you, let's try to do this. With a mirror, this is easier. But you could definitely turn this into a poncho if you clipped right there. Here we go. Right? And there we go. We've got an asymmetrical poncho, which, holy smoke, how beautiful is that? Let me see if I can back up so you can see the whole thing. Can you imagine if I could pin that there? Let's see if I can find, I can use a knitting needle. I'll try to use that for a second. There we go. Knitting needle will work for a second here. I wanted to show you how beautiful this looks as a poncho too. Great, right? We have shawl pins for sale in my shop if you'd like them. I have the butterfly clips in my Amazon shop if you'd like those. Either one would be great to add with the shawl in if you're giving this as a gift. Also, always consider sending a bottle of Be So Clean soap along with a handmade item so that the gift recipient can wash it, or maybe even a laundry bag. There's all sorts of accessories in my shop for supplemental gifts to give with a handmade gift. All right, let's see. I've done a lot of talking, so let's see if there's any questions. And I'm going to start with answering a question that I don't see here that I know I'm going to get asked. All the projects are made in Be So Baby yarn. This is Color Orchid, and this takes 9 balls to make. So you might want to consider doing the 10-ball bag, which comes as a discount, and you have 1 extra ball then. Anyway, so the patterns, are they going to be available individually? On this book, they're not. And the reason why I chose to do that is because this is for charity. This book is all the proceeds are being donated to charity, and you know, I don't want figuring out where the funds are coming from or going to be my full-time job. I'm trying to make this simple. I'm trying to give back as best as I can. And I felt like the easiest, most efficient way to do that is the whole book's going to charity. You can get the paperback book for $11.99, and you can get the ebook for $9.99. And honestly, at those prices, you know, I sell my patterns individually for a lot cheaper than most designers do in the first place, and I feel like it's just a little bit more than what you would pay for other patterns and the whole thing's going to charity. So it's really just a little bit more than 1 coffee, maybe 2 coffees at Starbucks for the price of 2 coffees at Starbucks. You get all the patterns, and maybe you don't want all of them today, but you may want them at some other point. And like I said, it's all for charity, so they're all available here, and these patterns will not be available individually. They're only going to be available in the book. But like I said, it's paperback and ebook, so whichever format you prefer. The ebook is available right now. The paperback is pre-order. I have the release date as November 19th, which is 2 weeks from yesterday. If the books come in before then, which sometimes they do, I will start shipping as soon as they come in. If you order the paperback from me, I will personalize it and autograph it like I do all my other paperback books. And when it becomes available, it will also be available on Amazon Prime in the US and in every country that Amazon Prime exists. So obviously that would be cheaper shipping in whatever country you live in. If you live somewhere else besides the US, you will get a better price ordering Amazon Prime than ordering a paperback from me and having me ship it. But again, all the choices that are usually available for my books are going to be available this time as well. The only difference is that the individual patterns are not going to be available outside the book. It's just going to be the Be So Caring Volume 1 edition. Volume 1 is all crochet, and hopefully sooner than later we will have a second volume that will be all knitting. And going forward, I think that this is something fun that I'd like to do maybe once a year, come out with a new collection. And this is in addition to everything else that I do, right? But you know how important it is to me to keep doing things for charity and giving back. So I felt like this was the best way that I could create a charity initiative to do something that we can all work together as a community. So whether you're buying the books and helping me use those funds to donate the Be So Helpful bags, or if you are buying the Be So Helpful bags and donating them yourself, those proceeds help me to buy more product, to make more bags, to ship them to more shelters too. So whichever way, or join me with all of it. However you want to help me support the effort, this is going to be exciting. And I'm just so excited to be able to give such thoughtful gifts to people in a time of need. I've been in really crappy situations in my life, and I feel like any one of these things would have been a little bit helpful in those times. You know, I've been dislocated and on the go with the shirt on my back so many times. There is no seam in the hat. It's worked in the round. If that's what you're asking, both hats, the family-sized hat, which goes from newborn through a large man size. This is the tailor hat. There is no seam. It's worked in the round. And same with the preemie hat that you can find here. This is the Dora preemie hat. This is also seamless, worked in the round. So there is no seam on either of the hats. I'm going to show you the contrast and size difference. Look at that. So cute. Let's see. Yes, Naomi, including masks with the bag. That's a great idea. Absolutely. In fact, I'm so excited to see everybody's ideas for what you're going to add into the bags. And in fact, if, take photos of what you're doing with it and tag me in it. Share them on my website, on the Create, Share, Inspire group. Tag me on Instagram. Tag me on Facebook. Let me see what you're doing. I can't wait to see how you can use these ideas to give donations or give gifts to people in your life. So remember the subtitle of the book, A Collection of Thoughtful Gifts for the Friends We Know and Those We've Yet to Meet. That's what charity is, right? It's not just giving to people, unknown. It's the friends we haven't met yet, right? That's the intention I feel like is important in charity. So it's the same way that we talk about what a prayer shawl is. It's putting that love and intention into every stitch. Well, the same thing applies to donating the bags. Like, how do you want to make it personal? How do you want to make it personal so that you're giving to someone that is someone that you care about, that you just haven't met yet? Let's see. Oh, Anna, you must be a nurse or a doctor. You want to make the preemie hat for your patients. That's awesome. If you can share photos, I would love to see that too. Yes. Oh, Judy, that's a good idea. You could use hashtags Be So Helpful and hashtag Project Kristin Cares. And you can also tag me in anywhere on social media. I go by my full name. So at Kristin Omdahl. Does anybody have any other questions? Oh, yay! Barbara took a bottle of Be So Clean to a friend in the hospital and she loved it. I am so happy to hear that. Yes, all of these are wonderful gifts to give. They're not just for charity. You could absolutely, yes, of course, get permission first, Anna. Absolutely. Even the Be So Helpful bag, great for a gift, great for travel, great for all sorts of reasons, not just as charity. It's great for anybody. And that's the whole design behind it. I wanted it to be good for anybody. It's supportive and thoughtful and caring for anybody. Christine, the hat is big. Is there a slushy hat for a man? Well, I've shown every pattern in the book, so if there are patterns that you like, fine. If there's not, that's okay too. I don't expect everybody to like every pattern that I make. That's fine. The pattern comes in multiple sizes. If you want to make it in a smaller size, you absolutely could. All of the dimensions are listed in the book, and like I said when we were talking about the kids' patterns as well, make whatever size works for you. The dimensions are listed for every single size. If there's a size that is more appealing to you than a size that I made, that's your choice. And you can customize things any way you like. That's the beauty of handmade, right? We can customize anything that we do. So, and what's one person likes, somebody else may or may not like. You can make whatever you like. No big deal. Chris, I don't know what you're talking about. Something about being foxy. I don't know. Does anybody have any other questions? Yes, there'll be supplemental videos. Yes, there will be. That's a good question. when I put it on Marlon, was it slouchy? Marlon is not a large man, so he's about the same size as me, so it was more slouchy on him. But like I said, this is sized for a large man, and when you look at the dimensions, it will say on there it's for the large men's size. So it would either be slouchy on someone my size, or it would fit on a large man. You'll have to pay attention to the dimensions to see what size would work for you or your granddaughter based on how you want the hat to fit. Thank you, Julie. All right, I don't see any more questions. So I think if you end up having any other, I know we talked about so much today. So if you have any other questions, please always feel welcome to come back and leave comments on the video, or you can email Judy after the show, judi@kristinomdahl.com, and we will absolutely try to answer your questions as best as we possibly can. Thank you all so much for taking time out of your busy day. I hope you enjoyed all the show and tell, all the explanation behind my new charity initiative with the Be So Caring book and the Be So Helpful bags. If you have any questions, like I said, always ask. I'm more than happy to answer your questions if I can. Let us make time to create, share, and inspire today and every day. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Great weekend, and I'll see you Monday. Bye-bye.